Welcome back, everyone. June is Men's Mental Health Month, and there's a movement that is tackling the stigma associated with mental illness head on. Mental Hood Culture is creating a safe space for Black men to heal, connect, and grow. And joining us now is the founder, Victor Love, and then we also have Dr. George Smith. Good morning, you all. Thank you for being here with us bright and early on this Saturday morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
All right. So, Victor, let me start with you first. Talk to us about what Mental Hood Culture is all about and how it got started.
Well, Mental Hood Culture got started with me first. I knew that I had been facing some trauma in my life and didn't know how to deal with it, but knew I had to figure something out. And I, in 2018, decided to get on the couch. And it was one of the dopest things I could have done. It helped me figure some things out. I had to forgive myself and some other people for things that had happened to me. And I often find out here lately that some of the things that I've gone through, have been self-inflicted on my own self. So now I'm getting a lot of calls. Now that I'm in this space working, I'm getting 2 or 3 calls a month from friends and family telling me that they have lost a loved one to suicide. Getting calls from play sisters and cousins telling me that their sons need to talk to somebody or they're ready to talk to somebody. So for me, I want to make it one of the coolest things to do to feel comfortable to get on the couch to talk about it.
All right, so Dr. Smith, you're someone that people can talk to. You've been psychotherapist for decades, and so you are very knowledgeable and just have a breadth of information in terms of mental illness. And, you know, I know that Victor is focused on Black men, but mental illness obviously does not discriminate race or age or anything like that. So what is your role in terms of Mental Hood Culture and what your role is in helping individuals to become better knowledgeable about their mental health and getting help?
Helping individuals recognize that many of the problems that they're having started in childhood. And there's a negative stereotype as it relates to mental health. Often people think that you must be crazy or things of that nature. But a lot of times you just need someone to talk to. And men, they're a lot different than women. A lot of men are emotionally constipated.
Oh my, yeah, that's a way to put it. Okay.
They feel that they can handle things on their own. They don't feel that they need the necessary help in order to resolve some unfinished business. And many of the problems that people experience start in childhood. When you don't have the support system, you don't believe in yourself, you're not given positive reinforcements and things of that nature. And as a result of that, they basically have negative feelings and they don't know how to ask for help, and they take from childhood into adulthood. And so as a result of that, they have concerns.
Yeah, and it's a cycle that just keeps on going if it's not addressed. And so, Victor, thank you so much, Dr. Smith. Victor, I know you use a phrase called get a checkup from the neck up. Talk about what that means.
Well, for me, it's always been a term that's been out there in our community and in our culture, but I don't think we really connected it to getting mental health and mental support. So I have taken and coined it now as it's time for us to get a checkup from the neck up. We get our eyes checked, we get our teeth checked, and I find in my travels now, when I even ask a brother, how do you feel, how's your mental hood? And he will talk my head off for about 7 or 8 minutes in Walmart in the parking lot, but he doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know. It's easy to find a dentist. It's easy, but we don't want to. That we don't even know the resources out there to find a therapist. So we're trying to be that resource guide to encourage brothers to.
And in terms of a resource, talk about what's actually happening. Started this morning at 7 o'clock and going until 10 today.
Yes.
10 this morning, not 10 tonight, but just a few more hours.
Bi-monthly we have our Mental Hood breakfast gatherings where we have over 150 men that come out. They eat breakfast. We have different panel discussions. Today the topic is don't push me because I'm close to the edge. And and then the offset of that is how to protect your peace. So we know that brothers are not working, brothers are not connected to their families, they're disconnected emotionally and spiritually, so they're just kind of out here wandering, and all it takes is a honking of the horn to send a guy over sometimes.
Okay.
So we just here trying to support.
And is that a free event?
That's a free event. All of our breakfasts are free.
Okay.
So we start at 7 and we go to 10.
All right.
We have therapists on hand that if they need to talk to somebody, they're available right then.
Awesome. I love what you're doing. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Victor.
much.
Dr. Smith, thank you for being here as well.
And here's a pen for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, the Mental Hood Culture Breakfast again is happening today. It started at 7 and it's going on until 10 this morning at Josephine Southern Cooking. It's located at 436 East 79th Street. And then Victor also has a podcast, so we'll make sure that we can include some information about that when we post this on the web. All right, thank you all again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, Tim, we're going to send things on over to you.